stop scrolling. Yes, you! Did you know K-pop Demon Hunters is secretly a Chosun history masterclass? I know, wild, right? On the surface, it's all glitter, choreography, and epic demon-slaying CGI. But peel back a layer, and suddenly you're swimming in palace politics, centuries-old weapons, and cultural nods that'll make your history teacher swoon. Today, we are counting down the top 5 hidden Chosun references in Demon Hunter. And all the subtle nods you probably missed while vibing to Golden, ranked from cool to mind-blowing. Oh, and by the way, number 1 will change the way you see Rumi forever. By the end of this breakdown, you'll never watch the Huntresses, Jinu, or Rumi the same way again. Trust me, you do not want to miss the Easter eggs we're about to uncover. Let's go! Number 5. Shamanistic rituals that whisper the past. Alright, let's start small but spooky. Early in the movie, we see shamanistic rituals, dancing, symbols, and ribbons tied to trees. These traditions go way back, even before Chosun, but the film uses them to give Demon Hunter a magical, otherworldly vibe. It's like the movie saying, yeah, history is cool, but let's make it magical, too. These rituals weren't just for show back in the day. In Korean history, shamans acted as the bridge between the human world and spirits, performing dances, chants, and offerings to protect villages or bless harvests. And those trees with ribbons? Real-life wish trees. Villagers would tie cloths or ribbons to pray for luck, protection, or divine guidance. In other words, this isn't just decoration. It's a layer of history whispering through the scene. Now here's the mic drop moment. The movie mixes all that old-school spiritual energy with modern cinematic flair. Flowing ribbons, dramatic stances, mystical gestures. They're not just for eye candy. Hey, pump up the supernatural vibe and remind you, these girls aren't just fighting demons. They're moving through centuries of spiritual power. Every flick of a ribbon, every stance, is a wink to the past while keeping the action fresh and magical. And if rituals could connect whole villages to the spirit world, imagine what a single braid could say about one person's entire identity. Number 4. Rumi's Chosun hair game. Secrets in a single braid. Now we're heating up. Rumi's hair isn't just serving looks. It's a full-on Chosun status update wrapped in a single plait. That long single braid, called Miori, wasn't just for looks in Chosun times. It was basically the OG relationship status alert. If you wore it, the whole village knew. Yep, she's single. Imagine your hair doing the job of a Facebook status. But then, Rumi flips the script. In the Golden performance, the group's new song release, suddenly that braid is dripping with fancy accessories. And in Chosun, those weren't just accessories. They were status symbols. Hairpins, pinya, were reserved for royalty and the elite. No noble blood, no sparkly hair drip. It was that simple. So, here's the wink. Rumi's hair is pulling double duty. When her hair is plain, it's all human modesty. When it's jeweled, it's pure demon royalty. Basically, her hair is cosplaying her hybrid identity before she even swings a weapon. Rumi's braid shows us how identity can be coded in style. But shift the spotlight for a second, because when it comes to Jinu, his story plays out through music. Number 3. Jinu's Bipa, a street kid's royal upgrade. Sliding into number 3, let's talk about Jinu. His Bipa does the heavy lifting, blending street hustle with palace prestige in pure Chosun style. When he first shows up, he's holding a bipa, that pear-shaped lute that's been a star in Korean music for over 1,000 years. And no, it wasn't your sing by the campfire kind of instrument. It was for royals and VIPs only. Now here's the plot twist. Jinu's glow-up from broke street busker to palace performer isn't just movie drama, it's ripped straight from Chosun history. Enter Song Young-won, the OG bipa prodigy. Dude started as a servant, picked up the instrument as a kid, and by his teens was already killing it at VIP parties, getting paid in silk and coin. Basically Chosun's first music influencer. See the connection? Both Jinu and Song came from nothing, but their bipa skills turned them into stars. Demon Hunter kind of remixes that history, giving Jinu's story extra depth. So when the film puts the bipa in Jinu's hands, it's not just decoration. It's a nod to real Chosun history, to Song Young-won himself, and a way to make Jinu's journey hit even harder. You don't just see his story, you hear it. Quick question. Did you catch Jinu's bipa the first time you watched, or did it fly right past you? Drop a heart in the comments if you spotted it. If Jinu's instrument can carry centuries of history, what about the accessories and symbols wrapped around Rumi? Oh, you're not ready for this next one. Number 2. Rumi's Royal Belt. Fashion with authority. At number 2, we're leveling up with Rumi's golden belt. Sure, it looks like a fashion flex, but in Chosun, golden belts were a royal privilege. Literally, kings, crown princes, and the highest-ranking officials wore belts with gold plaques to show off their authority. The belt wasn't just an accessory. It was a walking badge of legitimacy. Now, these belts weren't plain either. They were intricately designed with gold studs or dragon motifs, each detail screaming power. The belt was often paired with robes that were restricted to royalty. So even if someone looked fancy, the belt was the dead giveaway that you were looking at the top of the food chain. And here's a cool history nugget most people miss. Golden belts in Chosun weren't just fashion. They were part of a whole ranking system called Gwanbok. The belt, the robe, even the hat. Each piece told people exactly where you stood in the social hierarchy without saying a word. Think of it as Chosun's version of a verified badge, except way shinier and backed by royal decree. So when Rumi rocks that golden belt, the film isn't just giving her a costume upgrade. It's plugging her straight into centuries of coded authority, blurring the line between performer, warrior, and queen. So what does Demon Hunter do? It hands that symbol of authority to Rumi. Costume-wise, that instantly frames her as a queen-like figure, even if the story doesn't literally crown her. She's not just fighting alongside the others. She's elevated, positioned as someone carrying king-level energy. It's visual storytelling at its slickest. The belt might crown her with power, but wait until you see where she sits. It's the ultimate Chosun flex. Number 1. Rumi and the Throne. The ultimate power move. Alright, let's talk about power moves. Rumi is chilling on a throne, and yeah, this isn't just a fancy chair. This is a straight-up Chosun palace throne, the kind kings would sit on when holding court, dishing out justice, or talking politics with ministers. Every curve, every carving, every gold detail screams authority. And here's the kicker. Rumi isn't officially royalty. Or is she? Sitting there, she's commanding the room, radiating boss-level energy. Costume, posture, throne, it all screams leader vibes. For a character who's half human, half demon, it's a cheeky nod to her hybrid identity. She might not fully know her powers yet, but the throne is whispering, yeah, you're royalty, deal with it. Now here's the juicy history bit. In Chosun, thrones weren't just decorations, they were highly codified status symbols. Only kings, crown princes, or the top-ranking officials could touch the big seat. The carvings often featured dragons for authority, phoenixes for balance, and clouds or waves to symbolize harmony with heaven. Basically, if you weren't royalty, you got the peasant bench. So, placing Rumi here? The film is saying, yep, she's top of the squad hierarchy, and maybe secretly royalty. Rumi sitting on that throne isn't just for show. It tells a story. Every moment she's there, she mixes history with her own journey, turning a simple chair into a symbol of power, mystery, and her hidden potential. Thrones don't just hold people. In Demon Hunter, they hold meaning, and Rumi owns it. And that's a wrap, fam. 5 hidden Chosun references that turned Demon Hunter from just another flashy K-pop fantasy into a full-blown history masterclass. From sword-swinging huntresses to Rumi's royal vibes, Jinu's bipa flex, and those mystical shamanistic nods. You've seen how every detail, no matter how small, is packed with meaning. So the next time you watch, don't just vibe with the choreography or get lost in the CGI. Look closer. Every braid, belt, blade, and bipa note is a little history lesson in disguise, waiting for you to catch it. Now I gotta ask, which detail was your wait, what moment? Drop it in the comments because I wanna know which Easter egg you think deserves the crown. Till then, it's a wrap, fam. Peace out. Peace out.